Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. In this video, we are from the second group. We will be presenting about speaking. And the members of this group is Fatih, Shava, and Putri. This video contains three topics, which is greeting someone, speaking on the telephone, and introduction.
The first is stick out your tongue. To prove you're not the reborn black tongue king about Tibet. Sticking out your tongue is today considered a polite greeting. Blame this greeting tradition on a really bad king. It all began with monks who would stick out their tongues to show that they come in peace, and were not the reincarnation of a cruel 9th century king named Lang Dharma, who was known for having a black tongue. Needless to say, the greeting caught on. The second is boom nose. Those who don't know what a nose kiss is many actually thinks it is an intimidate each other. For some people, this symbol explains the reason people nose salt. When you nose salt someone, you are not merely greeting him or her. You are also saying some things about how you relate to each other. The nose is symbols of pride. Thus, putting nose against each other is is to say you are peers. If you were not peers, then he or she who is younger or of a lower status would kiss the nose of the other. The third is air kiss on the cheek. Argentina, Chile, Peru, Mexico, Sao Paulo or Brazil, and Colombia, one air kiss is standard, whereas in Spain, Portugal, Prague, Italy, and cities like Paris and Quebec, it is two. In Russia and Ukraine, there is the norm, and in some parts of France, it is up to 4 air kisses on alternating cheeks. To add a little more confusion to the mix, there are some tricky gender and relationship rules too. In all of the contents mentioned, women air kiss women, and in most of them, men air kiss women, but only in Argentina do men routinely boasts with other men who are not a relatives or romantic partner. The next is Rupnose. The Maori people of New Zealand will greet visitors with a beautiful gesture called haugi. If our kiss sound too intimate for your taste, try on haugi for size. This praising together of forehand and nose is what New Zealand's indigenous Maori people call a sharing of bread. The greeting signifies the secret welcoming of a visitor into Maori culture and is used at Pauiri. Although the honor requires an invitation and is not extended to everyone. And then the last is bow. When it comes to bowing, the question isn't just when to take a bow, it is how to do it. In India, Nepal, Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand, press your palm together in an upward pointing prayer position at heart level or higher. Then bend your head slightly forward to take a bow. In India and Nepal, you might hear the phrases Namaste uttered during this greeting. The Sanskrit term translates to bend or bow you to you and is considered a sign of respect and gratitude. In Thailand, taking a bow is referred to as the wai, and the higher you place your hand, the more respect you're showing. In Japan, on the other hand, a deep bow indicated a higher level of respect, and prior hands aren't used. Men bow with their hands at their sides and women with their hands on their thighs. Among the younger generation, a head bow, like a nod but more pronounced, is become the new norm.
So moving on to the last topic, it is about introduction. So how much do you know about introduction in the word? Nah, jadi yang di topik ketiga ini kita akan membicarakan tentang perkenalan diri. So the first one, we will be talking about the introduction in Japan. Do you ever heard of Jiko Shokai? This is how Japanese say self-introduction. They start by saying "Hajimemashite," which means "How do you do?" or "Nice to meet you." After that, they mention their name. They put their family name first when they introduce themselves with full name, or sometimes they will only introduce themselves with their family name. When talking about occupation, they usually only mention that they are a salaryman without adding further info, except for business settings or when someone asks more about their occupation. And here is the thing that you need to be aware of when you are introducing yourself in Japan or to Japanese people. You need to be humble. Japanese people usually keep their strangers on the down low. It means that when they are rich or they come from a high-ranked family, they don't talk about it explicitly. Like they don't really talk about it. The next country is UK. UK is it's pretty much the same with America and Europe. Depends on the setting, you could do different gestures, such as a warm handshakes for a business settings and a hug or high five for an informal settings. In some country on the Europe and some people on UK do the cheek kiss to greet other, but not to the one that they meet for the first time usually. But some of them still do it. After that, they would start with "How do you do?" in a formal setting, but in an informal setting, it would be just a hi or a hello. Then, in mentioning name, it's either family name only or family name followed by surname if you want to say it in full. Now moving on to Spain, the gestures that Spanish people do when they meet someone is they tend to do cheek kissing, but sometimes a handshake will do. And then their introduction are pretty straightforward, so keep it simple and respond appropriately to the person you are meeting. And then this one is you need to be aware of the pronoun you use to call the one you are talking to. There is one for informal setting and one for formal setting. So you need to really understand the use of the pronoun. The last one will be Thailand. How do Thai people introduce themselves? So they greet each other by doing a Y. Y is they put their uh, they put their hand palm to palm in front of their chest in a lotus shape. And then they say hello. As most of you know, the way to say hello is "Sawadee." Women will use "ka" while it is "krap" for the man. And for the name, Thailand names are difficult. This is a fact. But why not? You could use their nickname when you have gotten closer to them. Now we have come to the end of the presentation. I hope that this will improve your knowledge about speaking in different settings and occasion. And if you have any question, you could put it on the group chat. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.